You spent a lot of time in history class learning the history of Canada, but do you remember anything about the history of Toronto? Maybe the problem is that Toronto's history is just too complex. Maybe learning how the city was named could help. Most scholars now agree that the city's name comes from the Mohawk word Tekaronto, which means where there are trees in the water, which is a reference to a fishing technique involving planting stakes in the water to trap fish. The Huron people showed this place to Etienne Brule, an explorer and notorious scoundrel who changed his wives as often as his shirt, about once a year. Brule became the first European to set foot on the land that would become Toronto. Then the French moved in and built a small trading post. They bartered buttons, combs, knives, prunes, looking glasses, and hats for all the furs they could get their hands on. This created tension because both the English and French began hijacking cargo meant for the other. So the French built Fort Toronto, which had a baker, tanner, 4 cannons, and a few soldiers to fire them. It didn't do much good because England and France launched a full-scale war in which the French burned Fort Toronto rather than letting the British conquer it. Britain won the war and began making arrangements for the Mississaugas of New Credit to surrender the land. The British Crown got a block of land 23 kilometers across from Scarborough to Etobicoke and 45 kilometers deep. The agreement was called the Toronto Purchase and was replaced by a second Toronto Purchase, but the land claim would not be resolved until 2010. You might be safe to assume our story ends here, but John Graves Simcoe, the new governor of Upper Canada, loved renaming things. Stay tuned to episode 2 and see how Toronto grew from a collection of 12 log cabins to the modern city of today. Among Canadians, only 18% of adults aged 18 to 24 can pass an exam on the country's history. It's risky to oversimplify our history, but sometimes the details are what is most important. Stories are the key to engaging people on a deeper level. You can make a difference. Share your Toronto story today at #MyTorontoHistory.